is the legal profession in this country scared of foreign competition?
I think the question is not of foreign competition at all.
Right.
I think the question is slightly more serious.
Sure.
And the issues involved are quite complex.
So you're saying it's a misrepresentation to say it's competition?
Exactly. It is not, because what is done by the Indian legal profession is not business. It is not commerce. The Indian legal profession is a service-centered profession. Now, if you clip it, if you think it is hypocritical, it's another matter. But let us not forget that as long as India is what it is, multicultural, pluralist, with different societal pressures, with pressures of those who have, people in authority who can actually abuse authority, you need the profession to be an interrogator of authority. You need the profession to be a questioner, and it is possible only when it is a service-oriented profession.
You think that will change?
I am happy to say,
yes,
Hindol, that
yes.
That I do not visualize this paradigm moving away. Our lawyers are realizing that we are different. It has got nothing to do with competition. We are different because we are servicing different segments of people.
How will it change if foreign companies come in?
The question is one of emphasis and reach, the emphasis and connectivity. And we are not dealing with, shall I say, turf. If you look at turf, I think that day is not far off when we, as a result of reforms and the leadership and the measures which the Bar Council of India and the Ministry of Law and Justice under the stewardship of Dr. Moily and the Attorney General will take, is we will again make, shall I say, the mistrust of Indian courts as capable of dealing with abstruse commercial matters as a non-starter. The best of commercial litigation must also stay in India. And I think we have to even work towards that, because we ultimately must realize that this country can deliver justice. If we believe that the Indian legal profession is actually the backbone of Indian democracy, which I think it is, then I think our roles are different. Our role is a continuing role. And therefore we must understand that the entry of someone else who could possibly have any impact upon that substantive role being performed by the Indian legal profession is the critical question. If you believe that this is the backbone, and they are really important components of political democracy, which I think honestly they are, then we need to preserve it. And how do you preserve a legal profession? You cannot preserve a legal profession by giving away, shall we say, some areas willy-nilly, with the best of intentions, to a set of another group of, no, you have to first address their concerns. You have to know what is it. They may actually make money in a commercial case, but remember, the lawyer is a symbolic presence in our legal system. So while he might actually make money in a commercial case, but he is available for justiciability of any violation of rights. And I think that problems where civil society cannot solve them, not because of lack of intent, but because of lack of resources, we are now hopefully going to be socially integrated with them, even in their research, even in their processes of change. And that is what I mean when I say law can be a lawyer can be a social engineer, because he can invent new transparent solutions for accountability in a system. He is a person who can play a role in the success of the NREGA. He can actually play a great role in the success of the delivery of the midday meal schemes for the poor children. He is a person who will be able to conceptualize and visualize. And we have to act as watchdog of all social security measures. The responsibility may be that of the executive. But today, the lawyer who lives in Indian society, the mantle of responsibility is much, much, much higher.
My last question. What will be your biggest challenge in your new role?
The biggest challenge is to fulfill my dream. That will require cooperation. But a long way to go. It's just the start. It's just the doorstep of a journey. It's a pretty long way, but should be possible, should be engaged with.
And Solicitor General, pending cases will come down substantially. Surely that's a promise you'll make.
Hopefully. We are striving. And I think there is sincerity in our hearts. It will happen.
Solicitor General, thanks very much indeed. My congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And thanks very much indeed for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.